I'm Kourtney Terry, and I am the founder of Tasty Love Baby Food. I was in corporate healthcare, and I was making pretty good money, and we had the house we wanted, and kids, and all of that, and I just still wasn't happy. I wasn't born to go to work so I could pay my bills and then go to sleep and wake up and do the same thing the next day. And if I'm not passionate about what I'm doing, then I'm wasting my time here on this earth. And so it made me dig deeper to figure out what it was that was going to make me happy. And I've always had a passion for being in the kitchen. And so at the time, I had just had my third child and was making food for him. And, when you think about other career options, you think about, okay, what am I good at? What am I talented at? I'm not a runway model. I can't sing. And so it makes you dig even deeper. And I applied to other jobs outside of the system that I was in, and nothing sparked my interest. And so I did a lot of crying and praying and fasting and all of that, and discovered. And there were two really crazy things that happened that pushed me to start the baby food business. I was talking to two different friends on two different sides of the world. One lives in Columbus and the other one lives in Georgia. And they both asked me, or said, you should start a business in baby food, because they knew I was making baby food, and I was, I would take pictures every time I would make it. There was a lot of opportunity. There was a need. There were, I know there's a lot of people like me in Dayton who work full time, or even if you don't work full time, you're a stay-at-home mom or parent. There is a need for fresh and healthy food in general. And so when it comes to baby food, it's twice that, because you're introducing a healthy way of living to a new generation, literally. And so for me, it was just that. I think there is, what is the word, a facade that people can put on sometimes about being an entrepreneur. Like, it's this glam, fun life, and you work for yourself, So initially it was like, this is fresh, this is new. We spent weeks coming up with a logo and the colors, and I spent a lot of time on that stuff, and that was really fun. And then even starting the business, like figuring out the containers and the mixes and all of that, it was fun. It satisfied my need for happiness. But then reality set in, and it's like, oh, you have to do marketing, and you have to find customers, and what is my target market? And, if I had paid attention to, or if I had gave in to the disappointment of that reality, I wouldn't be in business today. So when I decided that I needed to walk away from my job, Aviator was that pillow for me. They, unfortunately at that time, Aviator wasn't in Dayton. And there wasn't really a program within Dayton that was, what do you call it? It wasn't all encompassing. I had to go to this center for that, and I had to go to that center for this. But Aviator it taught me, or refresh me in every aspect of how to make my business successful. So they had the lawyers, they had teachers about finance, they had teachers about marketing, they had teachers about, just anything that you needed to know to say, okay, here's the information, here's the book, you're ready to go. And it was, I think, like 6 months. And it was that comfort that I needed to just get out and fly and be, all right, okay, I can do this full time. I have two of my kids here today, and my oldest daughter wants to start her own business one day. And it is really just impacting them to know that they can do anything that they put their mind to. They can do anything that they want. And you can make a living doing something that you love. That's what we were put on this earth for. is purpose. And so it's really comforting to know that I'm impacting them in that way. Even if you feel like you don't have all the resources or information, if you have a passion or purpose for something, just do it. Take that first step. And then the other thing is be hungry. Be hungry for information and education, because it's one thing to start a business, but starting a business and being an entrepreneur is not depending on other people. It's depending on yourself. So you have to constantly be hungry for knowledge and information in order to keep moving forward and growing your business. My name is Kourtney Terry, and I am an entrepreneur.